Yo, what is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we're doing episode number 11 of I Build Your Teams, a series where I build my viewers' teams with the best teams possible for my team showdown or whatever you may be playing, just helping you build the best possible 13-man lineup here in my team. Before we hop into the video, if you haven't already, make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. I'm uploading every single day, tons of consistent daily my team content, trying to get towards 40,000 subscribers. So I'd really appreciate it if y'all do subscribe. Without further ado, let's hop right into it. And let's start off with this first team today, which comes in from my boy Blazion. And I've used his account for videos before, so shout out to my boy Blazion. I appreciate you. But more importantly, he's wondering if he should sell Russ to get some better pieces for his team. Honestly, my opinion is 100% yes. I still think, especially Russ with the legend badge and stuff, he's in that full throttle lock-in with Braun and Wilt. I don't think he's nearly as expensive as he used to be, but you can still probably get 200 or 200,000 plus MT probably for Russ at this point. And that MT could be much better used, I think, elsewhere. For example, picking up DeJounte Murray at point guard. That's less than half the price of Russ right there. And that's a better point guard, in my opinion, as well than Russell Westbrook is. So that's the first thing I'd do. You don't want to sell B. Roy or Wemby, obviously. And I'm fine with that. I just think if you're going to do that, you still probably have a little over 100K MT after selling Russ and picking up DeJounte Murray. My opinion would be to pick up Danny Green at shooting guard and move Brandon Roy to the bench. That's the first thing. And then second, you need I would probably pick up DeAndre Ayton as well. Play him at backup center and move Karl-Anthony Towns to your backup power forward to take Derek Coleman out of the lineup because I don't think he's all that good. Or you could potentially pick up like a Rui Hachimura, but he's more expensive. So I'd probably just get Ayton. Realistically, I think I'd buy Danny Green, DeAndre Ayton, DeJounte Murray, and put Ayton as your backup 5, Cat as your backup 4. And then have obviously DeJounte at point guard and Danny Green at shooting guard. Those are the main swaps that I would make for this lineup. Second team today comes in from my boy Selin. He's got 1.5 mil, wondering what he should buy when super packs come out. He wants an elite scorer, maybe upgrade PG and bench. Okay. I mean, if you want an elite scorer and you want a point guard, there's one man who's very clearly the answer, and that's Devin Booker or Zach LaVine, but especially Devin Booker. And I know how Selin likes to play. I think Devin Booker is the point guard you get when super packs come out. If you want an elite scorer, that's the guy. Pick up a Devin Booker. Outside of that, I mean, probably a big. I don't really know which big you'd buy that's like a really good value, though. I will say, I don't know how good that Daryl Griffith card off the bench is, but if you want to replace him, I think Danny Green is better than T-Mac. I would pick up Danny Green as well. Maybe you move T-Mac to the bench then, and that would be the other thing. So pick up Danny Green, Devin Booker. That's going to be between the two, once super packs come out, probably around, I would guess, 600 KMT would be my guess. Yeah, Michael Cooper, Alex English, 2 3-and-Ds, and Jaime Hawkins. Between those three guys, you're fine at small forward. Sigma's elite. Josh Smith is good. I would probably start Sigma at center, Jaren at power forward, and move Josh Smith to the bench. But honestly, once you just pick up D-Book and Danny Green, I think you're fine. Like, if you want to buy a center, you could, but you're already going to spend a lot of MT on D-Book. So the best centers that you can buy to really upgrade your team are going to be more expensive. And I mean, Leitner's not bad. So honestly, I probably would just stick with Devin Booker and Danny Green for now as the two guys that I'd be targeting to buy. Michael has 1.9 million MT. Says only money he spent is on the Pro Pass. That's a W. I respect that. He's got DeJounte, Jalen Green, Jerry Stackhouse, Danny Green. That's solid. I mean, I don't mind that at all. T-Mac and Jaime Hawkins, Kat and Al Harrington, and then Miles Turner and Ronnie Cycli. I mean, this is not a bad team at all. A very good, like, no money spent squad. If you wanted to spend some MT to pick up a player, you either upgrade the point guard position or the center position. One of the two. The question is how much MT you want to spend. Because if you want to spend 500-ish thousand MT, I think when super packs come out, you could pretty easily get a guy like Hakeem Olajuwon or Joel Embiid for around that price point. Those are the two guys to me who I would be considering picking up at that center position, unless you're willing to spend a million MT on a guy like Wembanyama. And he's the best card in the game, but he's a million plus MT. Even when super packs come out, he'll probably still be about a million MT. I would consider either buying a point guard or buying a center, though. And at the point guard position, there are a couple of guys who are a little more affordable. Like, I mean, I guess there's not really a great affordable point guard who's like a huge upgrade over DeJounte Murray. Like, Tyler Hero's probably a little better, but not by a lot. I might just leave your point guards the way they are for right now, to be honest. This is a really well-built team. I actually really like it. I think a couple of small upgrades, like you could spend a lot of MT on a point guard like a Devin Booker or a Zach LaVine or somebody like that. Maybe Magic Johnson would be an option. And then obviously I think center would be your biggest upgrade, probably like Wemby or Embiid or Hakeem if you want to spend less. I don't know exactly who the right options are for this. Maybe Paolo Banchero with the 4, so you can take Cat out of the team. I mean, you got a few options for sure. Jaren Jackson Jr. is a cheaper center you could also pick up. He's not as expensive as Hakeem or Embiid. Few options there. Hopefully that'll help you out a bit. Callie says he's no money spent, only pro pass, and he's selling some badges, so he'll be around 150k MT. Tyrese and Jalen Green, that's fine. Wiggins and Doug Christie. Sell Wiggins and buy Danny Green. That's like a pretty much equal MT price, I think. I don't think Wiggins is any less than Danny Green anyway. I'm not exactly sure how much he's selling for. In fact, I'm looking at him on the auction house. He's not even a buyout right now. So that's going to make you MT profit then. Sell Wiggins and buy Danny Green. That's an easy upgrade. Danny Green's better than Wiggins, and he's cheaper than Wiggins too. That's a no-brainer to me. I think I would 100% do that. Outside of that, that probably saves you 20k MT at least as well, maybe even 30k. So that's, with that being the case, you got maybe 175,000 MT or so to go with, and a little bit of an upgraded team right there. I would pick up DeAndre Ayton over Tim Duncan as your backup center because he's just better. He is, honestly, at this point. He's a much better shooter. I think that's an upgrade, and that's a cheap upgrade too. And then Jeff Green has to play. He's so good. That card is elite. I think he's your best power forward, honestly. I mean, I'd probably start him at power forward, honestly. But Tom Chambers is good too. That Byron Beck, I know he's a pink diamond. I don't think he's a very good card, though. I probably would take him out of the lineup realistically for Jeff Green, in my opinion anyway. And at that point, I think your team's going to be pretty good for the time being. That's probably the main areas that I'd be looking to get is guys like Danny Green, DeAndre Ayton, and then putting Jeff Green in that lineup as well. Jeremy says he needs a full construction of the team. Unsure of where to go with it. I sold most of my players to regroup the MT. Okay, so your shooting guard position is totally fine. Doug Christie, Danny Green, you don't need to swap that out. You got T-Mac and Jaime at the 3. That's fine too. Al Harrington, Josh Smith at the 4. Honestly, that's fine too. And then Miles Turner and Karl Anthony Towns at the 5s. IQ and Halliburton at the 1s. Like, this is not a horrible team, and you have a ton of MT to work with. And that's a really nice spot to be. But you got 2 million MT. The question really does become, how much MT are you willing to spend? Because I would pick up one of the expensive point guards, realistically. I think I'd get one of the really good point guards, whether that be Devin Booker or Zach LaVine, probably one of those two guys when super packs come out. And then I think I would buy a center. Jaren Jackson Jr. is the cheaper option. Hakeem and Embiid are also options. And then Wemby's the expensive option. I think those are the two main upgrades, honestly. Point guard and center. Those are your two weakest positions that could use the biggest upgrade. I like Miles Turner a lot. I don't love Cat quite as much. That's probably what I'd be doing, is picking up one of those bigs. And if you want to go the cheaper big, I'd get Jaren Jackson Jr. Point guard, though, I'd wait till super packs, and then I'd buy a Devin Booker or a Zach LaVine, personally. And then finally, you got Pods Fan, who has no money spent with 20k MT. Only sellable cards are Ant and Rui, but he won't sell Ant. He's carrying me to a lot of wins in Showdown. Okay, so I'm going to, I know you just said you're not going to sell Ant. I'm going to make the case for selling Ant, because there is nothing you can do with this team with 20k MT. Even if you sell Rui, there's still not much. And you need Rui, by the way. But there's really not much you can do unless you sell Ant. And Ant is going for 1 million MT. Why is he going for 1 million MT? I truly have no idea. He might not be going for quite that much now, but you're going to get at least 700,000-800,000 MT from selling Ant, if not more. I mean, I've seen multiple over 1 million MT. Absolutely desperately need that MT. And here's the thing. Diamond Danny Green is literally as good as Anthony Edwards. I know he's not as good of a slasher, but he's got a better jumper. He's a better defender, and his SIGs are as good or better. I would 100,000 million billion % sell Anthony Edwards on this team. Absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt. Now, your point guards aren't bad. Ron Harper's an elite defender. Tyrese Halliburton's super solid as well. If you get Danny Green at the 2 instead of Anthony Edwards, and all of a sudden you have 800,000 MT to work with, the rest, now you have so much flexibility that you didn't have previously. Like, you need centers. DeAndre Ayton, Amethyst, by the way, is better than both of your centers. You should pick him up and have him as your backup center, and then you should pick up Jaren Jackson Jr. as your starting center. And that would give you a team just with those upgrades of Ron Harper, Danny Green, Jaime Jaquez, Rui, and Jaren Jackson Jr. And then off the bench, you have Halliburton, KCP, Battier, Obi Toppin, who honestly is not terrible, and then DeAndre Ayton. That 10-man lineup is already much, much better than the team that you have, and you would still probably have at least 500,000 MT to work with, if not even more. It is an absolute no-brainer to me that you make that swap. Like, no chance whatsoever would I ever not sell Anthony Edwards with this team. I get that you say you don't want to, but in order to upgrade this team, you need to. He is not at all in the slightest worth the amount of MT that he's going for. That's just my opinion. At the end of the day, it's your team. You can choose to do what you want, but I thought I'd try to convince you otherwise. With that being said, that's going to do it for this video. I hope y'all did enjoy. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon, and I appreciate y'all. Peace.